Hey gents, today we're talking about the venerable Oxford cotton button-down shirt, or OCBD, if I interchange between those two words so you know. And we're gonna talk about them from brands that could range down to $20 up to the multi-$100 shirts. But if there is one shirt that needs to be in your wardrobe, it is the Oxford cotton button-down for many different reasons. It's a shirt that can look good on anybody, whether you are big or small, or short or tall. It is also one of those shirts that has been around forever. It's a classic, but also looks just as modern today, depending on the fit. And that's what I want to talk about as we dive in here. So I do want to talk a little bit about the history of the Oxford cotton button-down, and then I'm going to run down the brands in the Roundup style, where I'm going to cover the wide range of prices that are out there and tell you what to look for as you are shopping for one of these shirts. Brooks Brothers is the company that brought the Oxford cotton button-down to the world in 1896, at a time when shirts had removable collars. They were extremely stiff, and Brooks Brothers brought this to polo players whose collars used to flap up in the wind, and that's why this button is right here to keep it buttoned down. So the shirts were really made for sport. They were also a much more casual, but as the popularity grew, especially in the 60s with the preppy Ivy League looks, and now it is just a staple in modern wardrobes, and especially as we move into more business casual and smart casual looks, the Oxford cotton button-down looks better than ever. When building your shirt collection, it is absolutely worth having at least one, if not 3 shirts in your collection. That's going to be a light blue is probably the one that I would start with, and then a white, and then a pink is a really easy one to go with. That's like the holy trinity of Oxford cotton button-down shirts. And what makes the OCBD so adaptable, and Ralph Lauren is a great example of this, is that it can be used in so many different colors, but then on top of that, it can be worn from totally casual, just untucked button down, even short sleeve shirt, up to a completely formal look, sans buttons, and you can have a nice point collar on there. So you can have it go from the most casual looks to pretty formal looks pretty easily as part of the Oxford cloth. The button is what you usually would break from as you go into the most formal shirts, but even then, I think an Oxford cotton button down with a nice tie looks really good, maybe just not with a tuxedo. Here's what you want to look for as you are shopping for Oxford cotton button-downs. You want to find something that is at least a medium or a heavier weight Oxford cotton button-down. The best part about these shirts is that they get better with each wash. They're kind of like denim in that way. The more you wash them, the softer they get, and they just feel more comfortable and kind of break in. What I find from a lot of fast fashion brands, whether that's Topman or H&M or some of the like low-end shirts that you find for $20, is that the cloth isn't substantial enough to withstand multiple washes. And that's really what you want. And to me, that's what it's all about, is having a shirt that looks good now, can wash really easily, and then continue wearing beyond that. Unfortunately, there is no standard way to say like a garment weight, or it's not really publicized on a lot of these websites. So it's really more about the fabric feel, but a really good indicator is the price. What I've found across the board here is that you're probably gonna get a good one for about $60. You can find Brooks Brothers ones marked down to $50, same thing with Ralph Lauren. But that's really a sweet spot for where you're gonna find a shirt that has a nice enough fabric that's going to be substantial, last long, and look good. So now you're ready to buy an Oxford cotton button-down. Where do you go from there? Well, there's a few categories to start with. There's really the starter brands that I'm going to mention. Then there's what I would consider like the value, so shirts that are a little bit more expensive, but they use a really nice fabric, and they also have really good fit options. Then I want to run down some custom options for you, because there's a ton of custom options that are not much more than those value brands. So you're looking just around $100, maybe a little bit less. And then I want to talk about some of the more formal, some of the really nice ones. And each of the brands, especially in the custom space, will offer, a casual roll button-down collar as well as a formal one. So it's really about doing a little bit of shopping here. And I'm also putting these in order by category, by my recommendation. So I'm gonna give you a list of a couple of them to look for in each category, and my top recommendation is the first one that I mentioned as I go down the list as you're looking to shop for new clothes. We'll begin with the starter groups. If you want a great Oxford cotton button-down shirt, price is your biggest component. Let's start with Spear & Mackay. Spear & Mackay makes some amazing clothes, whether it's their suits, but their Oxford cotton button-downs are some of the best value out there, bar none. They also have a great fit. I've had this one for a couple of years, and I think it's one of the best places to start. The next one is a really easy one. It's Uniqlo, especially if you're a smaller, shorter guy. They have really nice slim fits, and their prices are excellent. And then I would start with Land's End. Land's End, especially when they're discounting, they have some really nice cloth, and they also have a ton of available styles. Land's End is one that I have slept on for too long, so I'd check out Land's End. Brooks Brothers, you can definitely find a lot of deals on, but depending on which line you're shopping, whether it's like the Red Fleece or their main line, they're one of those traditional retailers that I find can be hit or miss these past few years, but just given the heritage of the brand itself, I wanted to put this in one of the top recommended. And then Kamakura shirt makers. This is a lesser known brand. I think it's more known in like the Reddit groups that I'm in as far as being like a really cool niche brand, but I have a couple of their shirts, and these are also really nice slim fitting ones. So if you're a smaller guy looking for a great slim fit and a great deal, then Kamakura shirt maker is a good one. Now for value, this is kind of like the middle market of the dress shirts, and part of this is that these brands end up discounting a lot. So even though, you know, Ralph Lauren has a $89 or $98 ticket price, you end up finding them for cheaper. And Ralph Lauren, as well as Brooks Brothers, are also two of the brands that you can really get away with having a logo on the shirt. I would avoid that for most of the other ones. Everlane at $62 in their uniform makes one of the best Oxford cotton button downs out there, especially for the price. The one that I've had for several years, washed it many times, and I think it's just a great value overall. This one here is from Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon actually integrates 37.5 technology into the shirt, which helps with odor control and temperature control. And this is one where I've washed it a couple of times, and I find myself just wearing it a lot as a very comfortable shirt on the daily. And I like it so much that it's the shirt that I'm wearing for this video now. This is the Mack Weldon shirt. Then the other places, Bonobos, especially if you're looking in this price point for multiple fit options, whether it's trim fit, slim fit, standard fit, Bonobos always has you covered on there. And then the last couple to always check out is Gap, J. Crew, Banana Republic. They run so many sales, and you can end up getting the shirts for a really good deal. And I find that they're nice enough that, you know, if you're just trying to get like a $50 or $60 shirt, then you're gonna be covered. Now for the custom group, and this one's interesting because, you know, you can pick basically any color or cloth on a lot of these ones. And I'm also, again, I'm putting these in recommended based on, you know, priority. To me, one of the best shirt makers for this, especially in the custom space, and it hits kind of like, it's like a two bird, one stone thing, right? It's Ratio. Ratio shirts makes their shirts in the USA, and the Oxford cotton button down that I have from them is one of the most substantial, nicest Oxford cotton button downs that I own. That said, it's over $100. It's about $135 back when I ordered it. And so you are gonna be paying a little bit more. And on top of that, they're able to do it without having you take measurements. So you can put in your height, weight, your body type, and they have a smart size for you so that you can then get the shirt without having to measure it. And to me, those three things make it worth one of the best customs out there. The next one's gonna be Todd Shelton. Todd Shelton has a really cool system for getting your fit down. They have a fit kit that you can order, try it on, get the right size, and these are also made in the USA. Another one that's a little bit higher priced, but a really beautiful high quality cloth. And the shirts aren't actually made to measure, but they're custom because you can customize the fit size and a few details on the shirt as well. Next you have Woody's. Woody's has a couple of Oxford cloth shirts in their collection, and this is another one where they have a fit guarantee. It is custom made. You can customize parts of the shirt, but you also don't have to do measurements, and they will make sure you get the right fit on the shirt over time. And so Woody's is one of always my highest recommendations for getting started with custom clothing. And then there's Proper Cloth. Proper Cloth, slightly higher price than Woody's, but a little bit wider of fabric selection on there. And based on your feedback, one of the most consistent custom shirt companies that are out there. Next is Deo Veritas. Deo Veritas has you covered in a wide range of prices and styles and a ton of custom options. They also have a Q sizing algorithm. And so the key here with the custom shirts is, yes, there's a few really nice ones that are made in the USA. The other ones to look out for are the companies that you can put in your measurements, but you don't have to, because I know it can be a little bit daunting as you're starting the made to measure space. Next, you have Apposta. This is an Italian company, and they do have just a ton of fabric options, a ton of custom options. And then Alton Lane. The problem with Alton Lane is that you cannot order unless you go into their showroom and get measured. At least the last time that I checked, you had to have a fit profile and then you can order online. Otherwise, you had to like call somebody on the phone and go through the measurement process or go into one of their showrooms. But Alton Lane is another good one where you could probably get a really nice cotton button-down shirt. And finally, the dress category. So if you do want a really nice Oxford cotton button-down shirt and you need it to be a little bit more formal, these companies will have you covered. Some of them are also custom and you can adjust the things in there, but I think this is just a nice category to go look into. Leadberry, always one of my top recommendations for amazing dress shirts. They have some really nice formal looks in there, and that's really their brand, right? It's really high-end, formal, nice looking stuff. J-Press is a good example where it is a formal higher end look and a higher end price, but if that's what you're looking for, some of the best stuff out there, you definitely want to take a look at J-Press. Similarly, you have Gitman, which is another high-end one, but they do have some really nice formal shirts. And then Oliver Wicks. This is a custom shirt maker, but they have some really high quality like Tessitura Monte, Oxford cotton shirts. My custom Oxford cotton shirts come from them and I absolutely love them. And last but certainly not least, I just did a video on Eaton shirts. Eaton has some incredible fabrics, and they also have really nice options. If you like the color or one of the shirts that they have, you can customize the fit, but then they also have, you know, sleeve lengthening, sleeve shortening, so you can basically get a custom shirt from them, but also their thing is just very high-end, very beautiful looking shirts, so you're gonna get a really nice one coming from Eaton Shirts. There you have it, gents, a rundown of the Oxford cotton button-down shirts, or OCBDs. So if you run into that term online, or if you're looking to really expand or have those staples in your shirt collection, that is where the Oxford cotton button-down comes into place. Let me know if there's companies that I missed. If you look at that original dress shirt video that I did, I was really talking about the way the shirts fit me, and I'm trying to be more conscious of the way that the shirts can fit everybody, because not everybody's built like me, and so I'm trying to evolve the Roundup format, and your feedback is always super appreciated as I do that, and as I continue to put out more videos like this. As always, my DMs are open, so if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them over there, but of course, I'll get to every comment that I can down below as well. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy right now. This is shot during the quarantine, but I'm trying not to let that stop me here and give you a sense of normalcy, because the world will continue and we will get through this. This too shall pass. Stay safe out there, guys. Until next time, gents, this is the Kavalier.